Hey guys, Bellatrix Pretzel here. Thank you for joining me for yet another speed build. So I have two small announcements to make during this video. One of them is I finally got myself a new microphone, so hopefully the sound quality is a lot better. Anyways, this sound announcement is sort of tied into the next one, which is after in a past video saying I will not, or probably will not be doing a Let's Play. I've kept like toying around with the idea of it, and I finally have a sim and a house and plans to make what I hope will be a halfway decent Let's Play, so that's announcement number 2. Now, how these two are linked together is that I started recording a Let's Play for it, and I enjoyed it, more or less. Commentary is a little stupid, so I decided to restart it. But upon looking back, I was just checking out, listening to the recordings and seeing how I can improve. And my microphone, I don't know what it was, it just sounded like, half the time it sounded like it was recording the inside of my computer as opposed to what I was actually saying. And I was like, yeah, okay. It's past time to get a new microphone. So it's nothing special. It's a cheap little thing, but it should be a lot better than my built-in microphone. Yeah, alright, that's that. Okay, so, about this house. As you saw, I was gonna make it 2-floor, and then I was like, I wasn't feeling it, changed it to 3-floor. The shape of this house, I had a little bit of a hard time with it, I wasn't happy. You'll see me do a bunch of stupid stuff here with the back of it, I'm looking back and I'm watching it and I'm like, oh my god, what the heck was I doing? Anyways, I'm just gonna be messing around with that for a little while. But it turns out pretty nice. So, just bear with me and bear with the horrendous build that is going on right now. So this house was built on a 30 by 20 lot. It ends up costing 225,954 simoleons, and it's a 3-bedroom, 4-bathroom house. Okay, right there, this was the start of something just confusing and bad, and God, I have no idea what I was thinking. I'm like, looking back and I'm like, what the heck am I doing? What? And I kept it for too long, because this video is sped up 12 times, so it must have been a good minute or two of me going yeah, you know what, I want this look, I'm fine with that, and I'm thinking what the heck was I thinking? Oh, how dumb does a girl have to be? Yeah, so anyways, I added a little bit of a extra something on that sidewalk. It's the only completely flat wall there, and it was bothering me a little bit. So there's that, and then the ceiling was high enough that part of the top floor was actually a bit of a ceiling. Yeah, alright, so I add a little bit something there to the roof, doubled up the roof, which I think made a huge difference in the look of that back, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, whatever. It added something to the look of the back of the house. Alright, so here I go, starting with the floor plan. I had a little bit of a hard time with the downstairs floor plan. I left it an open space concept, but I had a hard time just getting a comfortable flow for the house itself, for the basement. Not the basement, the ground floor. Wow, I'm sorry, I'm just all over the place with my words today, apparently. Alright, so I could have made this, I don't know, a 6-bedroom or something. Probably even more, like a 6-7 bedroom. But instead, I decided the whole top floor would be sort of like this skill building, learning floor, and you'll see as I build it. I think it's the first floor I actually decorate. So, sorry, furnish. Furnish was the word I'm looking for. Though I do work on the exterior first. But yeah, anyways, you'll see what I do with that top floor. So here we go, picking a minor color scheme for the outdoors. The brown, the black. It's simple. I think it's nice. Yeah, it's not. I feel like I don't use it that much. Yeah. Anyways, I'm really liking that door. I think this is the second build um, that I've used this with. That I've used this specific door with. I really like it. I don't know what it is about it. Just something appealing. It's a very modern looking house. Sorry, modern looking door. I find without being extravagantly modern. Like the brown wood of it sort of tones down the modern aspect of it, I find anyways. Yeah, just chucking in some windows there. I had a much easier time with the windows on this lot than I normally do, so surprise, surprise. Good surprise at that because usually I'm there struggling for like a good 30 minutes before I decide what I want to do for windows, and it's a wreck. um, but yeah, so that's just a large amount of windows there, but I like it. I like how it turned out. I find that in a lot of my houses, I end up putting like too many windows. But when I make a big house, I like when there's a lot of windows because I feel like if you don't put a lot of windows, you don't get that much natural light circulating through the house, which I find is such a bummer. Like I don't know, natural light is just so much nicer. Like right now, I'm sitting in my apartment. I have one hall light going on, and I'm just sitting in the living room with nothing but like the big balcony window lighting it up. And I think I don't know, it's so nice. Anyways, enough about that. Um, Clearly, I am there picking out the colors for the outside. It didn't actually take me that long. I found one and I was pretty set on it. So it's red brick and then a bit of a white sliding on the front and the back, just for a little bit of a accent pop of something different. I was gonna say a pop of color, but white isn't a color, so that was not the case. Anyways, um, clearly I'm working on the back. I could not pick a fencing for two reasons. One, I didn't really find a fence with the style that I adored, and second of all, I had a hard time like deciding on the color. Not necessarily deciding on a color, but finding a color that completely worked with the God, with the columns. Wow, can't remember any word. Anyways, I chuck in a pool because if you guys have watched my other videos, you know that I have a hard time not putting a pool in my house. My house is like I just can't do it. So for the both the front and the back garden, I find that there's a bit of a modern garden aspect to it, um, like how I have almost a whole back just paved in stones, and wherever I put plants, both in the front and the back, it's very organized, and it's like nice sleek lines. Um, yeah, like that whole area becomes a huge like flower bed, but it's like no, it ends here. It's gonna be this shape. So I think it just sort of gave it's not that it looks modern, but it's just sort of like a modern flair to such a traditional family house. Um, yeah. Anyways, the next house I will be posting will actually be an incredibly modern house. It'll be a lot more detailed than any other modern house I've built. And I'm really excited to both finish it, and I'm also excited for you guys to see it. Um, Now, if everything goes as planned, obviously I'll be posting this on Monday, which you'll be able to tell because it'll be up. And if things go as planned, Wednesday, instead of posting another speed build, I'll be posting my first Let's Play. But no promises on that front because if I'm gonna do a Let's Play, I'm gonna want it to be better than anything I could have, I guess, pictured or imagined, because already I don't have that much faith in my Let's Plays, if I'm being completely honest. Um, but that's just my low self-esteem talking. By that I mean I'm a perfectionist, and I tend to be hard on myself if something isn't. If I'm not good at something, I don't like to show it off. So I'm sure the Let's Play will be fine. I'm the kind of person who goes down on myself for that. So, anyways, um, yeah, hopefully my next video on Wednesday will be a Let's Play. Yeah, okay. So to the front garden, nicely cut lines, the same stone or white brick or whatever it is that I have in the back, just to separate all these little flowery areas. Yeah. So it's actually funny, the build right before this was another family home, Familial Flora, and I called it that because of all the plants in it, and I actually think that this family home ends up with um, not necessarily more plants, but a more, like, it seems more gardeny, like, I don't know, maybe it does have more flowers. I just feel like the name would actually suit this house a lot better than it did the other house. But I mean, Family Expectations does describe this house relatively well as well, considering what I do with the third floor, which you will be seeing very, very soon because I'm almost done the outdoors. I think I just chuck some lights in after the plants and then I move on to furnishing the top floor. So yeah. Anyways, I have to say I'm actually a huge fan of what I did for the front of this house. Like the chairs there, just cozy. It's not an entertainment space, but I mean it's the front porch. Just sometimes it's nice to sit out there. Um, Maybe with like a cup of hot chocolate or something. But I'm extremely happy about the plants and how they're sort of all like sectioned off. Yeah, and honestly, the tree, the diamond pattern in the grass, and then like the tree sticking out, really like it. But yeah, enough about that. Oh yeah, doing the back balcony. I'm actually really happy that I started using more and more balconies. I really like how they look, and it's such a nice feature when you live somewhere to have a balcony. So yeah, I'm happy I actually started doing those in my builds again. My next build, the super modern one that you guys will see soon, has a bunch of balconies, so I'm really excited about that. Alright, so the first room I work on, I keep it quite simple. It's just sort of like a photography studio. I check some wall decorations up there, and I don't actually put any lighting because, that photography item, like it has its own lights, because you want to, lighting is a huge thing in photography, right? So I didn't want to put any wall lights or ceiling lights because it would, at least in real life anyways, it would definitely affect the outcome of the photo. So I was like, you know what, no, I'm going to leave it like that. I'm not going to chuck any lights into that room, and I'm going to keep it pretty simple. So yeah, moving on to the painter studio, which I finished by the time. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That's the kind of voiceover I would do. Start explaining a room once I'm done. Anyways, it's pretty basic. You saw me chuck everything in there. Easels, paintings, done. Simple. Simple little exercise room. Some posters in there. I think I chuck in some speakers. Oh yeah, some trophies in that case. Yeah. Anyways, and then the fourth room I work on is a library. So like the parents who bought this house, they're they're very well educated. They dabble in a bunch of different like activities, and they want their kids to do the same. Like they want their kids to be successful in every single aspect of life. Like they want them to be smart, to have good careers, to be talented in multiple things, whether it's exercising, photography, painting. They just want their kids to be like as well-rounded as possible and to be like overachievers. Hence the name of that house, Family Expectations. Yeah, so I really like this library. I mean, not that it's overdone with like walls and walls and walls of books and bookshelves, but it has your aquarium and it has a nice rug, a plant, a chess table. Like it's simple, but I don't know. Like it's simple, but at the same time, it's not. If that makes any sense. Like I don't know. I don't know. I feel like if I had, sorry, I wish that I was slightly bigger, like 1 or 2 square sizes bigger in length or width, so I could chuck like 1 or 2 desks in there, because it looks like such a relaxing place to study. I mean, like, I feel like I would walk in there and I'd feel the pressure to want to learn. Like, I'd be in there and if I didn't study, if I like just went in there and wasted time on my phone, like scrolling through Instagram news feeds or reading FMLs or something, like I feel like I would be a little down on myself in that room and be like, ugh, this room makes me want to learn things. It doesn't make me want to slack off, you know? Anyways, that's what I was going for that room. And yeah, okay, so I realized when I was taking screenshots that the landing of that 3rd floor was extremely bland and boring. In fact, after I after I, put the wallpaper in there, I actually completely forgot about it. So there's no lights, there's no decorations, there's nothing. So when I was taking screenshots, I realized that, and I did, add, like, I think I added maybe 1 painting and 1 plant, and I did put in some light, and it's a lot better. But unfortunately, you don't see that in this video. But if you do download this house, the landing will be finished. I don't just leave it blank like that. I promise. Alright, so the ground floor, I did a relaxed yoga studio sort of area. There are pre-built rooms in The Sims 4, as you probably know, and there is a room extremely similar to that. I completely took my inspiration from that. Like, I 99% copied it. Yeah, just a little bit smaller. Anyways, so first bedroom there. In my head, it is a girl's bedroom, with the pink, clearly. Yeah. So just working on that. I started off by doing it, like, just chucking in a double bed in there, which I think looked really, really nice. But I felt the room was a little bit small for that. I wouldn't have been able to fit everything that I wanted to fit in there had I kept the double bed. So the single works. Besides, I mean, if it is a kid, I don't think that teenagers can woohoo in Sims 4, so, the single bed is fine. She has a nice, pretty little pink couch in there, pink rug. She doesn't need to, like, let everyone overdose on pink. Like, both the bed and the dresser are very, very light pinks. So she's trying not to assault you too much with pink, but she needs you to know that she likes pink. So the little accents in the bright pink couch and the bright pink rug sort of like tie it all together. Tie it all together. Oh, whatever. I think you guys know what I mean. Yeah, I'm nearly finished with this room, I believe. Picking out a wallpaper yet. What do I end up picking? Oh, of course, a pink wall. Light pink matches more or less. Oh, wow. Okay, nope. I go with that. I really like that wallpaper, actually, but I feel like I like how it looked in this bedroom, don't get me wrong, but I feel like it does look a little bit better in a painting studio type thing. I used it actually in one of my previous builds. If you might remember that I used it in a painting studio room thing, because I found it looked a little bit like paint splatters on the wall. But yeah, anyways, I still think it looked really nice in that bedroom. Okay, so the second bedroom, I didn't really have gender in mind, or a huge amount of, no, I had a bit of a personality, but nothing defined in my thoughts for this bedroom. So it's pretty basic. There's blues, I think there might be a small green accent that goes in there later. I'm not completely sure, but it's a lot of light blue mixed with some dark blue. For example, in the mirrors, like, the frames are dark blue. Alright, so the kid who lives in here in my head is a bit of a musician, with the violin. They have their guitar. Yeah, so they're continuing, the family expectations, but with a bit of an edge, to themselves. They're like, you know what? My parents want me to be well-rounded. I'm gonna pick up a guitar and start rocking out. So they're twisting it up a little bit. But no, they're, both the kids who live in this house, they're good kids, you know, they get good grades, they don't really get in fights, they don't argue that much with their parents, you know, they're well behaved. Yeah, right now I'm just looking for extra decorations, which I don't think I end up using for this room. I felt like the rest of the wall looked so, like, plain and empty, so I moved that painting over, as you saw. Adding a third thing would have just crowded it way too much, I think. Yeah, anyways, on to working on the master bedroom. Yeah. I could have made the door to the balcony lead off from the master bedroom and just made it like sort of a personal, quiet balcony for the parents to get away, but it's too visible from the backyard. Like if you know, they were getting personal in that hot tub, everyone would be able to see. Also, like the kids would be in and out of their rooms. I'm sure if they're teenagers, they're gonna wanna like have fun in the hot tub. You know, invite like the teenage girl, you know, might invite her best friend over, and they're just gonna go in the hot tub talking about boys. And you don't really want them to like walk through the parents' bedroom in like their bathing suit. You know, it's like, oh hey dad, don't mind us, we're just gonna go in the hot tub. It's like right outside your bedroom. So I figured I should just make it easily accessible from the hallway. Yeah. Enough about that potential awkward encounter. I keep the parents' room about there. I don't think I add much more detail to that. I actually really like that the little officey corner there. It's a little bit crowded, but at the same time it's quite empty because like a lot of it is stuffed in a small area, but then behind it is almost completely empty. So it's like it's comfy crowded, if that makes any sense. Like you don't feel like you're suffocating because there's so much room around you, like in the background. Yeah. Anyways, those are my thoughts on it. Yeah. So for furnishing, the top two floors went relatively well. I had a hard time with the downstairs, which you'll see. You won't see like to the extent of how frustrating it was because a couple times I did actually just cut the filming and I fidgeted around. I tried to like calm myself down, think about ideas. Actually, a couple times I used uh, a different recording program, like just so I can record it and myself like sort of complaining out loud. I don't know why I recorded it. I think it calms me down a little bit to think out loud. So I think like recording it gave me an excuse to say the words out loud. And just sort of like, I don't know. What's the word I'm looking for? Oh my god. This is gonna bother me. Vent. There we go. Vent and let it all out. Please tell me I fixed that shower, because the shower of the ensuite bathroom is like, it's through the wall, and I really hope I fix it. If I don't fix it in the build, I promise that by the time by the time this video is up and the house is available on the gallery, that I will have fixed the shower and it will be usable and no longer through a wall. So yeah, both bathrooms are pretty large. That first one, in the ensuite, I got to check in the lit up, the candle lit wall separator, which I absolutely adore. I was so happy that it was big enough for me to do that, and I even had room to like add a 2 square wall plant, which I thought was really really cool. But yeah, all right. So this landing here, it was so empty. I was like, oh god, I need something in there, and I didn't really have room for paintings, which is what I normally use to fill up a space. Because I'm not a huge fan of most of what you can find in like the sculpture section. And the things that I do like end up being huge, like way too big for just like a hallway decoration. Yeah, anyways. So we are obviously working on the powder room downstairs there, and something I don't normally do, I added in curtains because, well, huge windows, toilet, you don't really want anyone to see you, peeing. Another thing, I don't know if this is visible in the screenshots or not, but when I was, after fixing up the top floor landing, I did realize that the powder room down here, the paint did not go on every single wall because, like, I used the paint a wall tool, but I guess it didn't register as, like, as a full room. I don't know, when I was building it, I must have done something wrong, and so not all of the walls were painted, but once again, when you download it from the gallery, it will be fully painted, and that mistake will have been fixed. And I'm very sorry for that noise you must have heard. I accidentally hit my microphone while I talk with my hands. So I was moving my hands around and I just hit the microphone, and I apologize for that uncomfortable noise you must have heard. Alright, so I started working on the kitchen right there. As you can tell, I've been at it for a little bit of a while. It's a huge kitchen. It's gorgeous. It has 2 sinks, an island with the stove in it. It's amazing. But I had a hard time with the floor plan. I think because of where I put the kitchen. If I put the kitchen on the front right of the house, I think I would have had a much easier time with the layout. I am very happy with how this house turned out, but the layout was just a bit of a nightmare for me, to be honest. Yeah, this whole build took me about 6 hours to do, and I would say that like over an hour, maybe like it's very likely that 2 hours was spent on the downstairs, most of it on the layout as opposed to actually decorating. um, yeah, so I start off checking the bar there, moving it around. I'm like, nope, it's not gonna go there. And I'm gonna move it to the other side, and it looks really nice, and I would have kept it there if it didn't make the dining room too awkward. But I really like that longed curve bar in front of the bay window look. I think it was gorgeous, but in the end, it did not work for me. Yeah, so there for a half second, I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll just do closed off rooms. Nope, I did not like that at all. So I was like, no, back to the open space concept. That was my original plan, and I like it. I do keep that dining room table, but I move it around a lot more. Yeah. So I try to use, wall separators like that, which I end up using them. I just don't keep them there. There's a lot of moving things around. Um, not quite happy. Like, it's just, I was not happy with how it turned out. Like, around there, I was about to give up. I was like, okay, this is enough. I've tried hard enough. It looks decent. I was like, just give up. But it did not feel quite right to me. Like, I couldn't get behind it. I was like, no, it's too awkward. I can't leave it like this. I cannot post a room that looks like a house with a room that looks this bad. So I went back in and fixed it up, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. It was worth the struggle. It really was. Yeah. So that's more or less how it ends up looking layout wise, with the bar there, with the bar in that sort of general area. Um, I keep the wall separators in the living room. I keep the living room, I think, stays exactly like that, with maybe a plant or two chucked in there just to add a little something, Um, yeah. Honestly, I love this house. Personally, if I were to move into this house, I would, for my personal taste, I would definitely change the outside wallpaper. It's not my favorite look, but I think it's really nice. All in all, like, I love the interior of this house. So I'm in love with it. Yeah. So almost done the living room there, and then I work on the entrance a little bit. So this house is almost completely done. It's huge. There's a lot of extra space if you guys want to add, more decorations when you download this house. But it's definitely not an empty looking house, it's nice and full, but just it's so big that any other items you might want to add would be like skill building or activity items, and that's really up to you and your sim and what they're into. So yeah, we're gonna get to the screenshots very soon. So yeah. I actually had to take some of the screenshots twice. The outside screenshots, the first time I did it, they were just so very awkward, and so today I went back into my game while I was loading up the video files, and I was like, new screenshots, because the ones I have are awful. Anyways, so that's the house, Family Expectations. The link to download it is in the description below. Yeah, so I do fix that wall. I swear to God I do. And yeah, I hope you liked this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Hit the subscribe button so you know when I'm posting, when my next video is up, because I do post 3 times a week, but I don't have a set time. So you'll know when my video is up. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video and have a great day. Bye guys.